Well, good morning. Welcome to another segment of Let's Talk About It at Willard Library with Miss Stephanie. Every month we interview an organization in our Calhoun County community so that we can be helpful in letting you know what needs, what organizations are available to you right here in the beautiful city of Battle Creek. So on today, our organization is the Charitable Union, and we have Teresa Allen.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I am so excited to have you here, and so let's get started. Tell us the focus of your organization, the Charitable Union.
So Charitable Union, so we are a legacy organization, 135 years old currently. We'll be 136 in January. But we started in 1887 with a focus on clothing children so that they would be successful in school, knowing that a proper education was important for children. So that's how we started 135 years ago, and it's still a focus today. But today the world looks different than what families did 135 years ago. So we wrap around the whole family, serving everyone in the household, and we're providing things like clothing, bedding, household items, dishes, pictures for the walls, figurines, anything that you have in your house that you want to donate are the kind of things we're going to give away.
Okay.
Except for their smaller things, like we don't take sofas.
Okay.
Or dining room tables. We
All
know
right.
families need them. Our store's not big enough for them. They take up a lot of space. And we serve a lot of people through our store with clothing, so that's our focus.
Okay. And so tell us where you're located.
So we are located at 85 Calhoun Street. We are just one block off of North Avenue, so we're real close to the library. It is a couple block walk, but we've been there for the last 30 years.
Wow. And what are your hours of location and donation?
Okay, so we have 3 sets of hours currently.
Okay.
So the first we're going to talk about is the free store. The free store is where our families come in and shop for free once a month.
Okay.
That is open Monday through Wednesday, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. And then the second Saturday of every month from 9 until noon.
Okay.
Then we accept donations, and we accept them Monday through Thursday from 11 until 5 p.m.
Okay.
And then we have our gift shop, which is our a revenue source for us, where
Okay.
we sell handmade items, and we do sell things like purses and books, dishes that have been donated. A lot of china comes through our gift shop. So we get a lot of things like that, and we try to sell them. If we sell them, those dollars are reinvested right into our free store.
Okay.
And if they don't sell, those items are taken right over to the free store for families to take home.
Oh, that is amazing. And so what does a person have to, how are they eligible to receive those resources?
Yep, so to participate in the free store, you're going to have a referral.
Okay.
98% of our families have a Medicaid and are under age 65,
Okay.
a WIC or a bridge card.
Okay.
That is a self-referral. They show us their card along with their photo ID, and that signs them up for services for a year.
Okay.
Say they don't have that, or they're in process of getting those services. They can be referred by 211 or any nonprofit here in Calhoun County,
Okay.
technically. So we partner with a little bit of everybody, even employers. So as the library is an employer, say there was an employee that went to Human Resources who is in the pothole of life. Something bad has happened, and they have some needs. That employer can call, find out if we're the right fit for the needs. So if it was clothing and bedding, we're probably the right fit. And they can refer them over, and we can discuss things. Is this a one-time shop where it's just being referred over for this one-time instance? Or are you referring them over for a year's worth of service where I can help navigate what is the threshold for poverty for a family, size that we're talking about? Does that employee make more than this per hour? It's a very quick question that the employer can usually answer.
Oh, wow. I like the term pothole of life. We all have had them, so I
Well,
really I like the way.
Well, in Michigan, right, we're all familiar with potholes, and it is currently pothole season all
Yeah.
over again. So when we talk about the pothole of life, right, it can be that situation of, I had a young lady who had a dryer fire, and her employer called me because the kids needed uniforms to go to school,
Okay.
and the school needed the children in uniforms to attend. So the
Okay.
kids had to stay home because
Okay.
they didn't have uniforms.
Wow.
So it wasn't a traditional fire victim where
Right.
the Red Cross comes out. They were able to put it out themselves. But this person was in desperate need to get the kids back in school. So you're going to find out that Charitable Union is all about getting those kiddos in school.
I love that.
So we found some
Yeah.
school uniforms for the kids. We got those kids back to school the next day. It was easy peasy in our world. And all that mama needed was a couple of outfits. And problem, crisis, diverted. So, right, that was front end alignment, done lickety split and didn't cost anything versus, right, where you hit the pothole and you lose your whole front end. So.
I love your location because it needs to be accessible for everyone, and there are people who lack transportation. So I love that in this area it's easy to get to. I think that's really important.
That was a priority with our location, is that we be on the bus route.
Yeah.
We know our families need it. We know the folks that volunteer for us, they might need it. We want to make it easy to shop, right? That's important to us. We have a lot of shoppers. We've served over 7,000 unique individuals this year.
Wow.
And they've received darn near 600,000 items so far this year. So we get a lot of stuff in. We give a lot of stuff away. That's the purpose of our business, right? Much like the library, the purpose is books.
Yes.
Everything books and reading. We have a purpose of just giving things away.
I love that. I really do. Lost my train of thought. So you're located. That was my thought. How many times can someone come to receive your services?
So a family can come once a month and shop.
Once a month.
So that's what and we encourage families to come once a month. I know I'll be very clear. Mondays are the busiest day of the week we have. And the first Monday of the month is always the busiest.
Okay.
So I'm going to put that out there for everybody to hear that we're going to be busy the first Monday of every month. We're going to serve over 100 households easily this time of year. That means there's long lines. That means there's long waits. We can only, we're trying to keep the store flowing well. We have restrictions too. It's hard for us to restock the store. So we're doing that. So those busy days, we're doing the best we can. But obviously on slower days, we restock a lot easier because there's less people in the store. So any given Monday, we're super busy.
Gotcha.
Towards the end of the month, we're a little bit slower. That might be when I would come in, just because it's slower. There's going to be less wait. And time is important to all of us.
Yes.
So I want to be really clear about that. But we also do fun programs. So we have a steel-toed boot program. So if you receive a job in manufacturing and you are in need of steel-toed boots to actually start that job, we have a program for that. You're going to receive new or gently used steel-toed boots. But your employer in that scenario will refer you to us.
Wow, because those are really expensive.
Yes, and so and that's why we do this program. And so it is our we have a shoe gooder program. Be a shoe gooder in the community. So the program is designed just to do that, help folks get to that first day of work. Right? We know a job in manufacturing can be very important to a family in Calhoun County. We have a lot of manufacturing jobs.
Yes, we do.
So if that barrier is the shoes, let us lift that burden. The employer refers you to us, and again, we just need to see your driver's license. So you're not eligible to shop in the free store that way, but you're eligible to get the steel-toed boots that way. Additionally, we do baby formula.
Wow.
So we have been blessed with a grant from the city of Battle Creek through their ARPA funds to provide baby formula to our WIC families as a supplement. So the WIC program is a supplemental food program, meaning parents will end up buying formula for baby once baby gets to really eating.
Right.
So we want to help lift that burden because we know that we have food deserts.
Yeah.
We know that we have families in crisis.
Yes.
And we don't want the babies in our community to go malnourished.
Right.
So we know that if we can help lift that, so for the next 3 years, we'll be providing baby formula. So again, that one doesn't count against your monthly shop if you stop in to get formula. Additionally, we support fire victims.
Okay.
We have period poverty program. These are all things that someone could access just for that one-time shop. So I need baby formula today. Maybe 2 weeks later, my husband got a job.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't your monthly shop. You just come in and get those out. You can do a monthly shop with it, or you can contact us and come right on in. So for steel-toed boots, baby formula, and fire victims, they can actually come and visit our gift shop when our free store is closed. So that means they have access 6 days a week to those programs.
Wow. So how can an organization get involved with the referral program?
Well, it's very simple. They just need to call. They need
That's
to,
it?
yeah. They're
Wow.
going to give me a call, and I'll walk them through what I need. You know,
Okay.
so we want that referral to be detailed enough that we know that you're coming, Stephanie,
Okay.
and that it's you when you get there.
All right.
Right?
Mhm.
You know, you might guess that people have tried to pull the wool over our eyes over the
Yes.
years. So we try to have systems in place to protect us for that. But it's a very simple process. You can choose, if your employer's referring you, they can choose to hand the referral to you to take to Charitable Union, or they can choose to fax it.
Wow.
That's the employer's option.
Mhm.
We're happy to take it either way. We need to have a little understanding of the background, right? If it's for steel toes, easy peasy. They're just going to tell me that steel toes are required for this employee to start their job and what their hire date is. It's that easy. But if it's your employer referring you because of the pothole of life, we might want to just have a little conversation to figure out what are your current needs and to make sure your employer knows maybe you have additional needs down the road. Our door is still open to you and to them.
Okay. And is there an age limit? Like, what's
So-
the starting age of someone receiving your resources?
Oh, you would ask me that hard question. I believe the baby needs to be at 28 weeks gestation.
Okay.
So if you are a pregnant mama, you get a doctor's note
Okay.
that tells us how many weeks pregnant you currently are, what your due date is, and then you can start getting things for the baby. So you can get some clothing. I call them baby appliances. Babies take a lot of stuff these days.
They do.
So you can get things, you know, if we have a baby swing or a stroller or something, a playpen, something that you would need down the road, you'd be able to get that.
Wow.
Toys, that sort of thing. So you can start getting that little arsenal for your house before the baby's born, because we all know
Yeah.
there's a need before the baby's born. So that mama's normally going to come in and have a Medicaid or a WIC card, and she's going to be able to sign herself up for services, and then bring in that doctor's note at 28 weeks, start getting some things for baby.
Wow.
And then, you know, it just kind of rolls forward. We have a baby layette when the baby's born. The parents would bring in, if they have not signed up for services, the Medicaid card, their driver's license or state ID.
Okay.
And then they're going to bring in that footprint card that the hospital does that tells us boy or girl and gives us details. They're going to bring that, and that's a proof they had a baby. They don't have to bring the baby in because we understand nobody wants babies exposed.
Right.
To anything, but then they get a bag of goodies. So that baby layout would cover this entire table. So there'd be bottles and their pacifiers, outfits, handmade receiving blankets, handmade burp cloths, handmade quilts, handmade Afghan. Our sewers love to sew for the babies, so they make a lot of handmade items to be given away.
What a treasure. This is why I love interviewing so many different organizations. I've lived here all my life, and I didn't know how much treasure there is at the Charitable Union.
Yes.
I just love that.
Yes.
So what if someone wants to donate or volunteer at the Charitable Union? What would they need to do?
Okay, so to donate, you know, the things we're going to take the things you use in your daily life. So we would take the beautiful flowers, we would take the tablecloth, we'd take all, the clothes, the jewelry, the purse, your coffee maker, curling iron, blow dry, all those things. Those are the kinds of things we're going to give away. What we want to avoid are the big items, right? We can't take the big tables. Those are just things, our families need them, yes, we're just not in the capacity to be able to give those away. So those are the kinds of things we take. Our donation hours, gosh, COVID has still got an impact on the Charitable Union, unfortunately. And our biggest impact has actually been with volunteers. So we used to have at least 3 volunteers that supported our donor hall staff, and we would have you back your car right up to our door, and we would unload you right into the building. Fast forward to a pandemic, we needed to hold donations, so that was the beginning of us getting pods in our parking lot. And so we have these wine truck bins that are about 6 foot tall that we put all our donations in, so they're easy to move through the parking lot with snow, as that season is upon us today. That's our process. They go into the wine truck bin, and then we bring it in and sort it. Unfortunately, we don't have those 3 volunteers supporting our staff person full-time.
Okay.
So because of that, we've had to reduce our hours to keep up with the donations. So we want all of your donations, and this community is so giving and so supportive of the needs of the community members, and they see us as a valuable community partner to bring us things. We will change those hours as soon as we are able to keep up a little bit better. We have a goal, high in the sky. We want to get rid of those pods. We want our world to go back to what it looked like in 2019. It was so nice. But we are living through what we're living through right now, so that's why we have reduced hours.
Gotcha.
But we definitely need donations. We absolutely need winter coats, snow pants, boots, and mittens these days.
Okay.
Those are priority items for us. To make sure that everyone in the community, from adults to children, are staying warm. So that is the types of donations and the hours.
Okay.
Volunteering, gosh, we can take volunteers 6 days a week.
6 days a week.
It's as simple as you can go on our website and complete, we have an info ad where you can connect to us, and you can tell us you want to volunteer, and we'll get you connected to Kip Wofford, our operations manager, and he'll get you all arranged for coming in, seeing what we do, and seeing what skill set you have to offer. Gosh, if you know how to sew, we might want to have you make some of those beautiful handmade items that we're going to sell in our gift shop to support the other side. But anybody can come in. We would love to have a group come in, whether it's your family is going to be home for the holidays and you're looking for something to do. We have families that'll come in and say, I'm going to volunteer on a Saturday because my kids are home and there'll be 5 of us. What can we do? So I get the leader of the family to organize it. They bring 5 or 6 people in, and they complete so much work for us.
Wow. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's as simple as that, or somebody who's just, I've got a couple hours here and there. We'll take your couple hours here and there. Sorting the clothing we receive, we're giving away thousands of items a day.
Wow.
Somewhere between 3,700 items and over 5,000 items a day that we're open.
That's amazing.
So that means, Murphy's Law, it came in a bag, had to go on a hanger, had to come off the hanger, had to go back in a bag to get out of our building. So that means we need folks that help us sort it and help us hang it so that we can just keep up. That's the momentum we need. So when a group comes in and they hang for just 2 hours, right now we're partnering with some different groups. We got ATP who comes in and they volunteer for us, and they get through Gots of Clothing, which is really a lot of heavy lifting for us. They get shirts hung so we can give them away. That's the biggest impact for us. We give away less stuff when we struggle to have volunteers to hang.
Wow. So can you give the community your address and telephone number?
Yeah. So you can find us at 85 Calhoun Street here in Battle Creek, just one block off of North Avenue. Our telephone number is 269-964-7234, and our website is www.charitableunion.org.
Thank you. And so this is Erin, the first day of December. It's the month to give, and so if you and your family or organization would love to volunteer, here's the information. If there are some needs that you know of, as far as someone from your church, your family, another organization, you've got all the information here. And also feel free to give me a call, Miss Stephanie, at 269-968-8166, extension 501. I'm the Social Services and Youth Librarian, and I'd be happy to give you the information as well. So thanks again for tuning in. Like, share, and make sure you give. Thanks for listening.